Alright everybody, welcome. This is Daniel with Grand.daddy.herps, back again with another video. Yes!
No, that's my part, Daniel.
Oh,
and why do you have a false water cobra
because
out?
we're talking about pets.
No, we're talking about ball pythons, Daniel, not false water cobras.
Oh shoot, so
put her away.
Oh, okay.
What's up everybody, Anthony with Grand.daddy.herps, back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the different levels of keeping awesome reptiles, okay? But primarily, we're going to talk about the ball python, and this girl wants to choke me out. Oh my god. So this is a 3,500 gram banana head clown female. If you missed the video, she was also in Alan Pan's video where she and him went viral with almost 9 million, if not 9 million views by now. But we're going to talk about the 4 different levels of ball python keeping, whether you're just keeping one as a pet, whether you are a hobbyist, maybe keeping multiple with, potentially, the mindset of maybe one day, maybe even taking a stab at breeding. And then the next one's going to be the small breeder. So maybe you have a small collection of ball pythons that you're starting to breed. You're not really taking it too serious. You're not really looking to turn it into a business or really make it a lot of money. You're doing it more so of, again, like a hobbyist level, but you are, really actively breeding. And then the final level is the business, where you're actually breeding with the intention of profiting and maybe doing it full time for a living. That's actually where I fall at this point. I'm actually looking to potentially do this as a living. So let's talk about, the different categories in greater depth.
All right, everyone, back at again with
Daniel, I said a ball python.
Oh, I thought this is it?
No, we're talking about pets, but we're talking about ball pythons.
Oh, this is just a pet. Got it.
Daniel.
All right, everyone, this is Daniel for the third take. Let's see. Back at it again with another video. Yes. All right. So here we're going to be talking about ball pythons and pets of the ball python industry.
So what is that you have right there in your hand?
Right here, this one is a piebald ball python.
So it's an inchy yellow belly pied mutation.
Look at that.
Can we set it down? I want to take a good look at it. So
you want to bring out the macro lens?
No. We're just gonna take a good look at here. So, can you just explain what the inchy, the yellow belly, and the pied is for those that are new?
All right. So the pied right here. The pied is what's making this white pattern come up the sides and all of that. The inchy is adding a lot of the pattern back.
So is the pied a recessive, an incomplete dominant?
The pied is a recessive, which means both parents need to pass on the gene to the baby for it to be visual.
Awesome. And then the inchy, that's
inchy is
incomplete
an incomplete dominant, meaning if you breed it to a normal, half of the babies will prove to be inchy.
All right, cool. And it's also got yellow belly, which is also incomplete. It does the same thing. So let's tell everybody, pretty much. So what's been happening with me is I get a lot of people on Reddit that are looking to maybe have a ball python or two and kind of don't know where to start, or they don't know what their goals are. And so I always have conversations with people. Tell me what your goals are. Do you want to just have a pet? Do you want to be a small breeder? Or are you looking to do a business? So for those that just want a pet, let's explain that process.
So first, what you want to do is you want to do a lot of research. What is the humidity, temperature, and do you have the time to feed them once a week and give them fresh water? And are you going to get a baby like this, or are you going to get an adult? Because if you get an adult, you don't have to worry too much about weekly feedings, but if you get a baby, you got to really stay on top of that. That way they don't go off food or they don't get too thin and have issues. So if you're getting a baby, you're going to want to properly research the size tank you need, or if you're going to go for a tub or all of that just to have easier humidity control.
Yeah, so the people that say, I just want a pet, I don't have any intentions of breeding. So this is, a ball python is a great pet snake. It's actually probably the #1 pet snake in the trade right now. So level 1, I would always say, is it's just the person that just wants a pet. Maybe they'll have one, maybe they'll have two with no intentions of actually breeding, which then takes us to our next step. All right, guys, so the next level is pretty much going to be the hobbyist, right? The hobbyist, in my opinion, they're the ones that they just they're in it to kind of collect in a sense, or just have a few, and maybe somewhere down the line, who knows, maybe they want to get into some breeding. But hobbyists, they're mainly gonna just collect a few different mutations. Okay, so just so you guys know what these are, this is an Enchi Orange Dream Desert Ghost female, and she's also 66% heifer pied. This is a Blackhead Black Pastel Mojave Hypo, and this is a Pastel Mahogany Clown. So these are 3 different recessive types. But so a hobbyist is somebody that, you know, will collect several, you know, and they may not even have any intentions of breeding. Okay, so, and that's perfectly fine. Breeding isn't for everybody. So, you know, you can still enjoy the animals. You know, hobbyist is cool. You know, I was there for a long time. You know, I had no intentions of breeding, and then, you know, I decided, you know, I wanted to go to the next level and become a small breeder. And so I took what I already had, started experimenting, and started producing my first clutches. And so I'm gonna now explain pretty much what the small breeder does. Okay guys, so the third phase is small breeder, okay? And this is probably the most important, I guess, category or topic of I guess, I don't know how to put it. The third, you know, the small breeder is the most important because you can go one of 2 ways, okay? You can go, hey, I'm looking just to be a small time breeder and I just want to breed, you know, to have fun, which is great. That's one of the best places you can be. But I always challenge people that ask me, hey, what should I get? You know, I'm looking to get a small breeding group. You know, what should I get? You know, what genes do you like and stuff like that? And that's the hardest question to answer. So I always like to start with, you know, what are your goals? What are your intentions? Okay, are you looking just to do, you know, small breeding? Do you have aspirations of becoming, you know, a little bit bigger? You know, do you want it to breed to where this is sustainable and it takes care of itself? Or do you want to get to that 4th step where you become, you know, small business or even big business breeder? So if you look right here on the table, Daniel, so this is good, like, beginner stuff. So, you know, if you're looking just to do it for fun, and this one's looking to bite somebody, but if you're looking to just do this for fun, you know, start with what you like. Start with the pretty stuff, okay? You know, I always say just whatever you find yourself going back to over and over again, that's what you should be keeping and that's what you should be breeding, because you're probably not going to want to get to a small, you know, a small business or whatnot. But at the same time, how many are you looking to keep? If you're looking to keep a small group, again, just go with what you like. If you're looking to get, you know, something like a full ARS, you know, 5540 rack and keep a decent amount, you may want to consider getting animals with a little bit more value so you get a little bit more return on your investment. Because let's be honest, ball pythons are like a depreciating asset. As time goes on, they go down in value in most cases. It's pretty rare that an animal will actually go up in value unless it's a pretty rare female as it is as a baby. Sure, she'll go up in value as she gets older, but there'll come a time where that curve will go back down the other direction. So here we've got a spot nose, just a regular spot nose, even though it is 66% Het Desert Ghost and it's 50% Pos Het Clown or Cryptic. And then this one here, this is a super pastel lesser yellow belly, 66% heifer puzzle, which is going to be available soon. It didn't eat last week because it had shed, and this thing's looking ready to bite something. But so again, going back to the subject is, you know, are you going to keep it small, or do you have aspirations of you know, becoming something bigger? So if you are looking to maybe make a little bit extra money on the side, I know a lot of people hate talking about the money part of it, but let's be honest, it's a real important part of it, because cost of materials, you know, cost of feeding, all that stuff is getting more expensive. And like I tell everybody, this is a lot of work. This isn't easy. This is a lot of trips to pick up rodents. It's late nights, it's long drives, it's the stress of food being, you know, down. It's a lot more stress than I can even begin to explain. So keep it small, start off slow. You know, get your feet wet, get a few clutches under your belt, you know, figure out this is something you really want to do. Because when you get to a point that I'm at, where I'm at 100+ snakes, it starts to get real challenging if you lose your food source. So, you know, I supplement by breeding some of my own feeders, and then, you know, I buy some too. So, you know, you got to keep that in mind. Now, if you want to get to the point where you want to get to step 4 and you want to actually be a business and you want to take it very serious, I can't stress this enough. You're going to want to invest in higher end recessive, multi-recessive. That way you get the maximum dollar for everything that you put into it. Because again, everything is just going up in price. You know, feeders are always a nightmare to try to get. You know, let's say you lose your supplier. what happens when you're stuck with 100, 200 snakes and you lose that supplier? What are you gonna do? Do you have a plan? You know, so you got to think about that kind of stuff. So let's get into, you know, step 4 in greater detail. All right, guys. So step 4, you wanna breed for a business, okay? Like I just explained it in step 3 in the snakes getting ready to take out a finger. You're gonna want to invest in higher end projects. Now, you don't have to go directly into, you know, the double visuals that you see here. This is a super pastel spot nose desert ghost clown that I produced, and this is a desert ghost piebald male that I produced this past season. Now, you don't have to go in and pay for these, you know, combined. These are roughly about 25K in snakes right here. Not everybody's got that, okay? But you can do what I did, and you can start small. You know, you can invest in the double heads. You can invest in the visual plus a head, and you can start that way, and you can basically snowball your collection from there. That's what I did. I didn't come into this hobby with deep pockets. I started 12, 13 years ago, and I just always reinvested, and that's what you want to do. You want to have the mentality that this money, it's not money for you to go out and spend and enjoy. This is something that as long as you're really good about reinvesting, it'll become your full-time job if you really want it to be. And we're working on getting there. You know, we've got another good season lined up here. I got some really strong pairings in the mix, but you're gonna want to invest, reinvest, invest, reinvest, rinse and repeat, and you'll get to where you want to be. You can get 20, 30 of these racks if you want. So, you know, So if you want to get to that point, that's what you got to do. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice, and you also want to look into potentially producing your own food, you know, because not only is it important to, you know, have a steady food source, but you can feed these guys, you know, bigger meals. You know, you can feed them the appropriate size meals, because a lot of times when you get, you know, rodents from other people, they come in small. So that's why I like breeding my own. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. At the same time, if you guys can go support USARK, those of you that don't know what that is, it's basically a group that's a nonprofit that goes and helps us fight for our rights to keep these awesome animals. So there is actually 2 different USARKs. There's the one that's nationwide, and then there's USARK Florida. You know, feel free to donate to either of them. They definitely are the reason why we are able to keep what we are keeping right now, and they continue to fight for our rights in the future. So huge company that you need to go support. But again, that's gonna wrap up this video. Hope you guys learned something. You know, again, I've been active on Reddit, and I get asked all the time, you know, what should I buy, this and that, and I'm trying to make this video to help, you know, answer those questions. So if you guys can, go to the links in the descriptions. You guys will find all my other social medias, and if you are interested in any animals I have for sale, please reach out to me through that link, and I'll be happy to help you out and hook you guys up for watching this video. Just let me know. Peace.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease.